Oh, hello. Welcome to the display. Everything is kind of laid out like a crime scene or an archaeological dig. This is pretty much all the props and what have you from the These Saints Will Burn. Just to give you kind of a quick run through of how we made everything work. They're laid out in vaguely chronological order, but there will probably be a little bit of jumping around, so prepare yourself. Thus the play begins. This is your standard issue tree made out of wood and fake flowers. This, one of the stars of the show, Joe the Crow, Crow Puppet Extraordinaire. Got a little head waggle for the ladies, and has this kung fu flying action. Even if you just kind of let this spring hold the wings up, it will fly along. Kate did a nice thing during the show where when he was kind of agitated, she would have the spring like half down, so he looked all flustered and puffed up, and then she would kind of calm him. Just kind of like that with her. So there's Joe. He served us well. He held up all right. Good job, buddy. Sheep, also from the beginning, has a little handle so that he is easily portable. This box of dirt starts out in the beginning. She had a stick that she drew in it with. And then it comes back around and serves a function later. This is kind of the initial cross that is around her, say like her church's cross or something. Has this bit of illumination, shines up there, makes the arms look like arms. And then later on, when her sword is presented to her, this pops out, that slides off, and then you have the sword. And once this comes out, there was a replacement cross that eventually comes in. Sits like that. Illuminated cross with psychedelic functions. Then she kind of leaves home, travels out to Dome Remy. These were the skyline of Dome Remy, just a collection of toy castles, some more functional than others. To accompany the castles, ours. Yeah, a couple of the things that I was thinking of working on it was to give it kind of a storybook quality, like, you know, just this girl telling her story, to have a lot of triangles in there, because that's good abstractions like flames. It's like a holy trinity. There's 3 saints. And a lot of red and a lot of shiny things because it's so much about fire, so much about light. Get things flickering, get them glimmering. And crosses, of course. As many crosses as possible. It is fun to look at pictures and try and count how many crosses are in there. So anyway, you can see all these things on here. There's crosses all shellacked on all these different things. These kind of triangular domes and what have you. This tower right here has a specific function for the section where she's talking about the king getting, or the general getting killed in battle, the British general. He was right here on the balcony. This cannonball would come in and kill him. And then they also added in that they were acting it out along with it. So that was microscopic, macroscopic, all at once. These are the bridges. Just more of this kind of general scene setting, getting ready for the battle. Around Dome Remy, her ladder placed upon the bastion. This bridge right here is hollow inside these things. So the banner, standard, pennant, flag, which you will see in a second, when she claims the place for God, she would jam it right through there. Then these things just pop off, replace that. Here is the flotillas. You know, just little collections of ships all put together on these trash can lids so they can all travel one direction. 360-degree turning radius. Yeah, everything you could ask for. And yeah, and see, even like a girl named Phoebe Little made these sails, and she put all these triangles in here, which was kind of her own initiative. So, you know, things catch on, start to be themes. Get to Bastard R stuff. When the English soldiers are in there, we just had these bandanas that they would wear around their faces like bandits, tied up in different ways. Still functional. This was all part of Bastard R's get up. It, I guess, can be done up on either side. A belt. A belt. An axe. Has all of his little tally marks of his murders. That tucks in there. And then he had this chest piece guy. So kind of like a Mad Maxy S&M type feel. These things cross around. Hooked up. And he had these little carabiners. Because when he scalped the English, he would just hang them on these wool hooks here. He also has this little pen for his letter writing scene with Joan. This thing is a whetstone, which we ended up not using, but that's what it looks like. So during the letter writing scene, he would take the pen out of his a bandana. He would rip one of these off, these little flags, these horses, all these clothespin fields are set up for the battle scene. This feather has a little red pen right in there. He's supposed to be stabbing himself. Scribbling away. He would write the note. Joan would just roll it up on there. Then they would throw it at the English. Getting into the battle scene. The English would kind of initiate things with their cannons here, which, like that, put a little ball in there, shoot it out. Whoop. Obviously not foolproof. Thank you for target. So that would start the battle. We have these horses, which could get knocked over. Towers, which could get knocked over. We have these little catapults. Stomp down on there. All those guys come flying out of there. And you could get, she was really sending them flying. More altitude than that. All these battlefields of English soldiers, or these two I guess, have this little Arlington Cemetery Easter egg that once you kill the soldiers, they are immediately commemorated by these white crosses. If there's not something in the way. Die. So yeah, that's after the battle. Also, part of the battle, a lance for the English cavalry, a helmet with a wound, which can be placed on the head thusly, and axe inserted, hat on head, immediate disorientation. And Bastardar's re-emergence with his little art project. That's what that looks like. Joan's kind of getting snapped out of the battle. We have a couple of these gag arrows. This one your traditional Steve Martin style, and this one made for get stabbed in the thigh like that. I guess before we get too much further, show this thing. The banner. This was made by Lisa Lux. Very, very fine work. Has sliding action on display. And it also pops out of here so she could carry it around, and there's a little holster on the horse that she could stick it into, which we'll see soon. Post-battle, the campfire scene. This is your standard issue campfire. It has all these tea lights in there, so you can make it as bright or dark as you like with the flick of a switch. Hokey doke, Fritz! Fritz is modeling the Saints hoodie. Covering up the good parts though, so we'll start over here. This was Bastard R's shirt. No sleeves for the blood reveal thing. We just had a pocket in here that this thing kind of came pulling out of. Which, I think it could have been slightly larger, just so the blood effect was more pronounced. The one that got away. This is Bastardar's Heaven Hat, the Spiritus Bastardar. Comes back at the end, a happy man, as you can tell. This is Joe's Heaven Hat. Just clips onto his neck, gives him a halo. As one blessed by God. Oh, hats galore. And of course this is Joan's chainmail. That was knitted by Sarah Stewart. It's got shiny little threads in there to help it pick up the light. And it's just basically poncho style. Open sides, hole in the top. Joan's armor helmet. Yeah, this is made out of a kitty bicycle helmet and Venetian blinds. So, thank you, Fritz, for vacating this shirt. This was one of the Saints hoodies. They had triangles, again, cut here in the sleeves and the side for ventilation. Just belts around their middles, right above their pockets that were, they each had a red, white, or blue color. And then each of them had a cross cut out of the superhero area here of squares, triangles, and circles. Okie doke. The mustaches. The three fellas that Joan meets on her journey help or hinder her in one way or another. Mustache Chevalier, military man. Takes a little convincing. You know, can talk like this. Very lightweight. Pick up, pick back, pick up, pick down, set down, set back. Next, Charles Fromage, the king. He is very the shiniest, all bedazzled and bedecked. Green for money. His crown. Secret bud. Like that. Couple secret pockets in the back. The little throne that he fiddles with hangs back here until it's ready to come out, and the three berets that he distributes have their own little pocket. Oh, and he has one other little holster on the side here for post-coronation. Cross of rhymes. Just sits in there like that. It's two-sided, so everyone gets a look. And then finally, her accuser, her sentencer, Mustache Procauchemar, very angry man. Inquisition has message, reports about, and the dead Joe. Poor dead Joe. We're all gonna miss him. Oh, this also had a little holster for Joe to be displayed. A vast array of secret pockets. Let's see, I guess, finally for this batch right at the moment, we have the puppet stage, which has triangles, secret pockets, red and shiny, all the elements combined. Curtain can slide over there, tuck out of the way. Puppets are simple, kind of church-type puppets. Nolan Treadway made these guys. Father. Mother. Sean, it's me, Isabel. I brought you a birthday okay, go. I love you, Joan. I am your mother. And then, this is the baby crocodiles that your daddy bought you. Oh, should you have it? I don't know. I am your mother. And then, this is the kitchen of my home in Domremy. This is the stove. Oh, so warm. Keep me cold in the winter. These are my tables. She holds the bread so good. And this is my cross, which I will use to fight the crocodile. Oh my gosh! God, do not desert me, my cross. She has the magnet to stick on the wall and come down. Oh, goodbye. And later on, as the crocodile progresses, he appears and consumes the father. But there's a happy ending, don't worry. And now we will step to an alternate location to see the things too big to bring inside. Howdy, partner. Welcome to the horse shed. This was Joan's horse. He had reins and a bridle and all the traditional equine accoutrement on wheels, so Joan could hop on there and the Saints could push her around, guide her where she needed to be. Here is the holster for the banner so that she wouldn't have her hands completely full all the time when she was riding. And then mount up, so simple, step down there, and then, oh, stirrup, do not desert me. We have stirrups, horses. You know, you can wave her sword around, look at stuff, horse stuff. You know how horses work.
The head?
Oh yeah, and the head comes off Godfather style for easy transfers. And
okay.
Here we have the final main piece, the box, the trunk. It had to be big enough for Kate to fit inside of comfortably and hang out for a minute, so it is. It is also on wheels so that it can easily be pushed around the stage. We ended up putting a little handle back here that's a roost for Joe the puppet, so he could just sit on top of it, watch the goings on. Again, it kind of has like a little toy box look to it or something, fairy tale vibe. Hopefully, crosses. Then opens up. More crosses. Have the armor in here, everything, plenty of room to hold everything. A couple little lights, of course in the bright sunshine, are not going to make much effect, but in the semi-darkness, reflect off this covering, foil covering. The end, Joan is sentenced, crawls into the fire. The two saints raise up the fire to eat her. She has the dead Joe in her hands. Fire comes up. I am burning so much. And then she would disappear. And they would drop the fire down and she would be inside. No one would see her. Until the end, when she would wake up in heaven and she would get her saintly reward. This was built for Kate's height so that she could be iconographied. Also, other bits of heaven hidden away in here. Oh, I shouldn't have done those first. Because these two guys come in here like that. Symmetry is all. Symmetry is heaven. And the bells. That was another recurring theme, was all the bells in it. Those pop open. This guy goes in here. And Joan goes up to heaven. That was how it ended. We also added in a mirror ball, but those are fairly easily procured. So, you know, make it shiny and make it pure. That's the end.